Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. I am just having a little fun today. I finally have some time to just kind of chill and relax. On the boat trip this past weekend, I did a little bit of collage, and I thought I did a short on that if you want to see it. So I thought I would turn on the camera and kind of show you my, not necessarily formula, but kind of the steps that I go through when I do collage. I'll do a flip through of the different pages that I've done in this art journal towards the end of this video and show that to you all. First, you can see I have a bunch of stuff out on the page. And one of the first things that I do when I'm going to be doing some collage art journaling is I will go through all of my different storage of different items, stickers, die cuts, etc. And I'll think about a theme. So what I was thinking about with these was either kind of a fairy theme, a nature theme, or a mushroom theme. And that's an easy go-to for me. So when I just want to have a little bit of fun, those are the ones I usually pull out first. So you can see I pulled out some butterflies, some flowers, a couple of little Tim Holtz people, and then I have a bunch of different little tags, some mushroom stickers. And then the fun thing, if you've collected up a lot of these little scraps of paper, either from Temu or Daiso, Taperlogy, even the Dollar Tree, I'll go through my stash of these little bitty pieces of paper because these are great for collage because they're already small. The scale of the items on the design are small, so it works well. Since I had kind of the fairy theme in mind, I pulled out some of my faux rice paper and used that and just went through, and I don't know if you can see over here, I have a whole bunch of different, just like some little stickers. These are some cards that I just did some ink smushing techniques on, and this is avocado dyed. So think about, if you want to try to do some collage, pick a theme or a couple themes, and then just go through all your different storage containers and pull out some different pieces. And another good thing to pull out are from your scrap bins. So here's a bunch of different scraps of lace and fabric and trims, and also go to your paper scrap bin. So I had just some different scraps like this. I have some music paper scraps somewhere. I don't know what happened to my music paper scraps. And then I pulled out some sewing pattern scraps. And then here I have some different fairy stickers and things like that. So that's the first step that I do, is I kind of think about what I might want to collage, the theme. And so I'm going to move these up here. And I was playing around just formulating some different ideas of what I might want to do. And then the other thing I like to do is I don't like to have just a blank piece of paper. So I'll start with pulling out my stamps and my stencils. And this kind of shows you here where I did a combination of stamping and stenciling. And I even pulled out a little bit of my paints and did a little painting around the edge. So I thought I would do a quick little sample of that on here just so you'll kind of get a flavor of how that works. Again, since I'm in the nature mushroom fairy theme, some of the colors I'll be working with, I have rustic wilderness here. I have forest moss, and of course my vintage photo. And then I have here my fossilized amber, and then I have wild honey and rusty hinge. And I went and pulled out some stencils. So I have some leaf stencils, and then I have these trees here. I have the tree trunk. And then this is just, I think that's a pretty kind of flat floral stencil. And then I like the little grid and some bubbles and some flowers. And then this is another one of my favorites here. And I don't use all of them. But I am going to start with, I love the little patterns. I think these work great for backgrounds. So I'm going to do, I think I'll do a little forest moss. So I hope you're doing well. I'm doing pretty good. And if you're new to my channel, welcome. I'm excited that you stopped by. I have a lot of videos on junk journaling. I also make things with my Cricut, so if you're interested in seeing that. And I even use my Cricut for making some junk journal supplies. So I invite you to check out all those different videos. Now, you've probably heard a good kind of rule of thumb are using odd numbered things. So 3s or 5s, I think that is a good tip to go on. And then I'm going to do a little of the vintage photo here. So you can see these small little patterns are just kind of fun to have in the background. Put a little bit there. And you don't want to go too dark in your background because you don't want it to overpower your focal points or your collage that you're going to be doing. And I think I'll do a little bit of this one here. I think this is a fun stencil. So most of my stencils are from Tim Holtz or from Dilutions, Diane Reverly. And then I have picked some up here and there at some of the different craft stores. And a lot of what you stencil in the background will probably be covered up, but you know, that's okay. The important part is just to kind of have it peeking out here or there. If you want your stenciling to be the focal point, then you know, you'll just want to go darker with that. And now I'm going to do a little rustic wilderness, a little bit lighter green. And I love these bubbles. These are Dilutions. I don't know if she still makes this stencil, but it's definitely a fun one. And this is just I think I got this from, I want to say maybe Taperlogy. I can't remember where I got that. All right, so that's probably good on the stenciling. I think now I want to kind of just show you this technique of using these paints. Shake it up a little bit here. And I'm going to use this mat. All right, so I just put a little bit on the mat here. I don't know if you can see that. And then I learned this technique from Diane. Using a wet baby wipe or wet a paper towel, it kind of helps the paint to flow. And so I'm just kind of go lightly along the edges here and just give it a little bit of interest. And then I think I want to do a little bit of this rusty hinge. Sorry for my reach. Yeah, rusty hinge. Get a little bit of a kind of a red in here. And you just need a tiny little drop. And so then I'm going to go to a new spot on my baby wipe and pick up that pretty, this might be one of my newest favorite colors because I did not have this color in an ink pad. I just have it in the paint and the spray. And I'm going to go down a little bit, the middle a little bit. And again, I'm just going real light, or trying to go real light. Sometimes it doesn't always work, but that's okay. you can come back and use a different spot of your baby wipe if you get too much on there, which is always a good tip. But sometimes you just gotta go with what you got, with what happens, right? So I think that might be good. And then, you know what might be fun? It's just to do a couple going across the middle here. A little bit more paint, like that. Now again, this might get covered up, but I'm not too worried about it. Okay, I'm liking how all that's coming together. Wipe all that up. And then I think I might want to do a little stamping next. And I apologize if I was off camera any. I think this is a fun stamp to use. I don't remember where I got this one. I don't think it's a Tim Holtz one, but it could be. But I like these diamonds, so I might do a little bit of these. And let me see if I want a different color here. I grabbed Bundled Sage and then the Fossilized Amber and the stamp pad. So I think I'll start with the Bundled Sage. And I'm not gonna put this on a stamp block, because I want to just kind of have it be a little organic, if you will. So I'm just going to put a few around like that. Try not to overthink it. Again, a lot of it could get covered up. That's what's fun about something like this, is you just kind of keep going, and if you're not loving it, then just keep going and adding some other things. I like this alphabet one too. I think that's fun. And I think I'll do this one in the vintage photo. And again, I'm just going to use different sections. I could have got this stamp set off of Amazon, but I'm not 100% sure. I'll have to look at my Amazon order history. And I'm stamping these a little bit darker because I kind of want these to be part of the collage. If they get covered up, then that's no big deal, but that's my thought process there. This scripty stamp is also one of my all-time favorite stamps to use, and I'm going to use tea dye, and I'm just going to put a little here and there. Yeah, that looks, oh, I love that. I love this tea dye color. I wish I used it more because I think it's really pretty. And then this is another fun set. I think I got this on Temu, I think. But it's a fun one to use. Now I am going to use a stamp block for this one since it's so little. Right there. Love it. And then I might try this one. Just put that like right there. Nice. Okay, I think I'm done with the background. I like all the elements that I've added. Another thing I think I mentioned is that I forgot to mention was pulling out your washi tapes. And washi tapes are also really fun to collage with. And I also have, and if you don't have your own, Tim Holtz sells this now, but I aged my own Scotch tape, and that's fun to add onto your collage. So the next thing I'll start to do is think about kind of the paper elements or fabric elements I want to add before I add kind of the finishing pieces of butterflies or fairies or plants or things like that. And I don't know how much of this is on camera, but I definitely want to use a piece of this faux rice paper. So this is a faux rice paper that I stamped. I pulled my stamps out and used archival ink or permanent ink and stamped all over the white layer of a napkin and then turned it into faux rice paper. So that was fun. And then I have these inky, these are some inky backgrounds that I made. And I think these would be great for collage. So they have some of that mica spray on there. I don't know if that's picking up on the camera, but I think I'm just going to tear off a little piece. Sorry about that. My sister called about my mom. Okay, so this step of the process, I just grab some of the papers and I start kind of laying out what I might want to have on the collage. And again, I usually try to go for around 3 to 5 pieces in the collage. Sometimes you can do way more, and I have a couple pages in here where I did do a whole bunch more. So I'll show you those here. So again, I just kind of try to figure out what I might want to add. I think I might add a little washi tape, and I'm pulling off of the color of this orange here, and that's kind of my thought process there. And then I'm just going to add some washi tape around in some different spots. And I like tearing my washi tape in half because I like the rough edge of it. And then I'm going to add a little bit of my faux Scotch tape. A little bit of that up here. Like the page ripped right there. And maybe I'll put a little piece down here. Like that. And then I'm trying to decide. I think I'm gonna have, I want that to be my focal point, I think that looks good there. And then I'll want to pull in a few little tags. I like adding a few tags on here. And you just kind of go till you like it, and then you stop. I don't know if I want a little bit of this on here. I think I do. I feel like I'm at a good spot right here. Yep. So I am going to ink this up and glue it down, and I'll be right back. I have this all glued down, and now I'm just going to add a few other elements that I might want to add that I think might look good. So I'm adding that, and then I do want to add a butterfly, and I'm trying to decide. I think I might do the orange butterfly. Oh, I kind of like that one. Yeah, I think I'll go with that one. That's what's fun about this, is you just go with what you like. Because you're, at least for me, I'm just collaging for me. I think it helps keep the brain a little active and creative. So I might call this done. I don't think there's anything else that I might want to add. These are fun little collage strips. I think I got those on Temu. Those are fun to add just a little bit of interest. I could add just a little. Oh, I do like that. Yeah, I might add this and then call it done. There. It's so pretty. And I really like how the stuff that you do in the background adds a lot to the page. And then I'll do the same thing over on this side. I have some, I'll continue on with the fairy theme or the butterfly theme or mushrooms. So make sure to check out my community page and I'll post a picture of what I end up doing over here. Let me show you some of my other pages in my art journal so far. So here, this page, now this one, I actually had a Your Creative Studio subscription box. So I did a layout with, and this is a dried flower right here, and I used washi tape to attach it, and then I made this into a pocket. And this is one of my granddaughter's school programs I put in there. And I added the Your Creative Studio logo so I could remember. And then this one, I did a fairy themed for my patrons. And so I wanted to do a layout with some of the items that they got. And so here you can see where I went really bold in the background. I wanted to kind of create a, like this door goes to some fairy house somewhere out in the woods. And these are little charms that I made and the wax seal. And I like this technique of using just a torn piece of paper to add as a tab onto the edge of a paper. And here's some more faux rice paper, Make-A-Wish. And this was a stamp that I stamped, and then I came back in and used my colored pencils to color that stamp. And then here's another collage where I mentioned before, where I pretty much like did a collage on the whole page. But I love, I mean, it's just so bold and out there. So it's a different look, but I absolutely love it. And I love these greens. So I did some modeling paste and inked it up, and just did all kinds of different ink textures, and then just used different papers in the background. And here just a bunch of different labels. And then the butterfly is kind of the focal point there. And then this was another Patreon theme. It was a travel theme. And so this is one of the things that I made, a little journal card. And so I used some of my old sweater and made a pocket, but then just stamped. And then this is a digital of mine. It's an envelope, airmail envelope. And I turned it into a side pocket here. And then just a little collage on the back. And then I kind of made it look like a real letter with these stamps and this little sticker there. And then here's another one where I did just like collage the whole page. And I got these new washi tapes. And so that's primarily what drove me to do this page, is I wanted to try it. So this is washi tape. This is washi tape here. And I love it. And this is washi tape up here. So I thought that was fun. Here I was doodling with one of Dilution's little doodles. And I haven't gone back and finished that page, but I will. And then here's another just massive collage, which I think is fun to do. These are just some little die cuts back here, a lace die cut, but more of that washi tape and just stickers, and then my butterfly. And then I just recently got some new jelly roll pins, or gel pins that sparkle. So I was testing them out there. And then this is a fun kind of a Halloween themed page. And I was trying out my new Halloween stencil and some new washi tape that I got. And I love this little stamp with the skull and crossbones. And then another fun kind of a fallish. You can tell I like fall. But here is just kind of a nice little cluster right here. And then all of the different stencils in the background. And then this is another Your Creative Studios layout. And this is a side pocket here. And so I just made these two little tags or whatever you would want them to be, and just did some collage on both of those. Just trying out, these are all the items that came in the kit, and they all coordinated so well. And then just made that a little side tuck there. And then just a little collage with the items that came in the kit. And then this was fun. This is that vellum, but I turned them into little tiny pockets, and I used the washi tape to make them into little pockets. So, and this is just using one full piece from the Your Creative Studios. And then a couple more collages. And here I did some ink spraying in the background. And that's a really fun technique as well, is just to spray some inks in the background. And it creates a really beautiful background to work from. And I love the birds as my focal points here. And then I made this a little side tuck, and I did some journaling and put that in there and taped this little fabric on there as a tab. And then this is what I did on the boat trip this past weekend. And I really like how these came out. So here we kind of have a mushroom fairy, and here we have the dragonflies. So I like that. Oh, this guy needs to be glued down. I'll glue that down off camera. And then here's just a background that when I was doing this background, I thought, well, I'll go ahead and create a second one. That way I'm ready to go when I'm ready to do some collage. And that's a fun thing to do as well, is just do a bunch of backgrounds, and then you can come back and do collage on top of them. And then here's the one we just did. I think that looks so cute. I like it a lot. Well, I hope some of the things that I do in my process will give you some tips and tricks to help you with your collage and art journaling. And thank you so much for hanging out with me. I want to say welcome to all the new subscribers. Thank you so much for subscribing. And I hope you stick around, hit that notification bell, because yeah, as we go into fall and winter, ooh, I'm super excited. All right, I'll see you all in the next video. Bye.